what is the big maybe problem that is happening in your business or blocker that you think is preventing you from getting to the next level that we can help with?
I guess I wanted to figure out how to. So I do the magazines.
Yes,
I
sir.
send out to about 100 of my past clients and current prospects. And I guess the big thing that I wanted to try to understand is what's the most effective thing that I could do after sending out the American Lifestyle magazines to try to get referrals from these people.
Man, love it. Okay, so great question. And one, thank you for being a client. Thank you for calling into the show. And hopefully, because I know we have a ton of clients that listen to this, so hopefully this will be very applicable to everybody who uses the magazine, but not just if you use the magazine. This will really translate to any of the touch points that you're sending your database. So when you send marketing, what I always encourage people to understand is the difference between passive and proactive marketing. So when you do marketing, whether it's a mailer, an email, a social post, a billboard, doesn't matter. You're in the passive category. And what does that mean? It means that you have to wait for the consumer to take the action in order for you to get the lead. And so what you want to try to do is do a lot of passive marketing, because that is marketing a lot of times in general, but you want to try your best to turn it into proactive marketing. So ways you can do this in marketing is having call to actions where you get them to take an action based upon the piece that you've sent them. So for your magazine, and I'm not sure if you're doing this or not, I would love to look at your account, but we released a new feature not too long ago where you could put call to actions on your front cover and QR codes. So I know like Acree Brothers, we did a mailing like 2 issues or maybe 3 issues now ago where we did home prices have gone up 30K in Lynchburg. Want to know what your home's worth? Scan this QR code. We sent it to 429 people, got 33 scans on that mailing. So what did that do? It took a passive piece, gave a call to action that gave people a chance to be proactive, and we had 33 people scan it. But what I really want to encourage the audience to do, because even in that scenario, you're still
hoping,
and you're still kind of handcuffed to that your call to action is good enough to get someone to do something. And I want to put the ball in your hands. I want you to be on the offensive, not the defensive. And that really is the outreach. And so I encourage agents, use the magazine as your reason to call your clients. In Reminder Media's interface, we try to make it even better for you and easier to know who to call. Have you used Steve Likely to Move at all in your interface?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking to the other Steve, but yes, I know you have, Steven. But Steve, have you used Likely to Move?
I've looked at it. I have not taken any action on it. Some of them I felt like it wasn't 100%. I know it's...
Yeah, no, you're spot on. They're definitely not 100%. Yep. So what Likely to Move is it's this idea. It's like, whether you're using the magazine or not, the idea is when you send a touch point, have you reached out proactively with a phone call, text message, pop by, which is face-to-face, to your database? And if you haven't, that is the number one thing you can do, because it allows you to engage your client. And it allows you to now have control of the ball to take it to the end zone, to get the referral, to get the lead. Likely to Move is just an algorithm that we run on your database. It's not perfect. It's about 24% accurate. It uses public data to try to go what life events are happening on your database. I call it the D list, like death, divorce, downsizing, dumpsters, diamond rings, diapers. Like these signify life events, and this is public record data. You can get consumer purchasing data, property data, all that good stuff. We're taking that data, putting it into an algorithm, and then allowing it to go against your addresses to score them who's likely to move. Steven, can you share? I know you did a call night not too long ago calling your likely to move list. What was your kind of feedback on that? And more importantly, what would you encourage Steve here on the call to say when he's calling his sphere based upon the magazine or a touch point?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we did a call night, as you alluded to. I probably called 100 people that night. And, of course, some of the data is off. I'd say the scores that I saw in Likely to Move, the higher the score, it might mean they're already on the market. But they were pretty extremely accurate if they're the high scores. And then it ticks down from there. So anywhere really in the 80s is where I wanted to be. Those are the leads that I got. But my call to them is simply like, I'm not asking anything of them off the bat. I'm calling, these are my sphere. I'm calling to check in. So, hey, Susie, how's it going? What you been up to? All of that good stuff, right? Hey, I just want to make sure you received my magazine. I'm sending that out, quarterly to you. Got some cool recipes. Everyone reads the recipes in there. So I got some cool recipes. They'll say they received it. Awesome. By the way, and this is the ask, by the way, we're giving out some free valuations. Everyone wants to know what their home's worth. And I just wanted to see if you knew what your house was worth and if you'd want some numbers on that. And of course, they're like, sure. And then you go, great. Hey, any plans of moving in the future? And then they'll go from there and they'll tell you data of what's going on. We already know the likely move is helpful because we already know there is some data point there that they have some intentions of selling in the future. And so that's why I like it.
Yep. So if you notice, the idea is you're just calling to check in, have a conversation, and then you leverage some data point that you have or some item of value that you are offering. So like Steve, we can huddle, offline, Steve, to set up your magazine with this call to action. But I would encourage you, Steve, is like, let's put a want to know what your home's worth call to action on your front cover, linking out to the landing page in your system. And then when you call behind the magazine just to check in on Cody, and you're saying, hey, just wanted to check in. Reason why you popped into my mind today is I just got my latest magazine and wanted to make sure you got it. I hope you've been enjoying it. It's something I send to all my best relationships. That's a key point. Always tell people they're your best relationship because that's how to win friends and influence people. But then go, how's life? You catch up. And then you say, hey, by the way, I also wanted to point out one of the things that I'm offering on my magazine just as an item of value for people is a lot of people are asking me for what their home equity is, like how much equity they have, what's the value of their home. So I put a free tool right there on your magazine. It's a QR code. You can scan it at any point and get just a free home valuation. I can always follow up with you to give you a professional CMA. But you can scan that QR code. Now, do you know what your home's worth right now? And then that's the transition that makes it super easy to have a conversation about real estate. The other one I would share with you is if you don't want to have the direct ask to Cody, the client, then to ask Cody if he knows anybody you can help. And the way that I do that is I always go, hey, Cody, love being your agent. Just want to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve you. And go, hey, I have a lofty goal for my business this year. I really want to help, whatever your goal is, Steve. Let's say it's 25 people. I want to help 25 families find or buy their dream home. And not to be funny, Cody, as I think about people I would want to work with. If I could work with 25 Codys, you might think I'm crazy, but it would be awesome. So I don't know if you know any friends. Maybe they're not looking to buy or sell right now, but my business is just all about relationships. I would love to just get to know those people, and maybe I can send them my magazine. But does anybody pop into your mind that I could reach out to now? And that framing is so important because people want to help others out. Don't rob people of the joy of giving. It's better to give than receive. So when you ask somebody for help with your goal, you're giving them a chance to give to you. And so it's really important to go, man, I have a lofty goal for my business this year. I want to help this many people, and then you praise them. You lift people up. Man, if I go to work with 25 of you, Josh, you might think I'm crazy. You make a joke out of it. But, it would be amazing. Do you know anybody that you could introduce me to? Now, what's the main objection when you ask somebody for a referral? They immediately think, well, I don't know anybody that needs to list their home right now in this second today or wants to buy right now. And so you got to take that objection away from them. And you got to go, hey, they might not be looking to buy right in this second and minute, but my whole business is relationships. I just want to get to know more people and would love to get to know. Do you have any, maybe it's family in the area or friends that you do things with that I could introduce myself to? And then you're building your database.